He was a street artist, his world the cracked pavements and fleeting faces of the city. His hands, stained with paint, held more stories than the hurried passers-by ever knew. She was a celebrated cellist, her life a symphony of concert halls and hushed admiration, yet beneath the applause, a quiet loneliness echoed. Neither expected their paths to intertwine amidst the urban sprawl, but a spilled cup of coffee would become the opening note of an unforeseen duet. If tales of unspoken connections, the beauty found in unexpected places, and the melodies that bind us resonate with you, then please subscribe and join us as this poignant harmony unfolds. Sometimes, a chance encounter can compose a masterpiece of the heart. Now, let me tell you what happened that rainy Tuesday. Elias Thorne usually sketched tourists in the vibrant square, the energy of the crowd fueling his creativity. But the relentless downpour had driven him to the sheltered alcove of a grand concert hall, its imposing stone walls a stark contrast to his usual canvas. He was hunched over a damp sketchbook, charcoal smudged across his cheek, trying to capture the melancholic rhythm of the rain against the ornate windows. Across town, Serafina Dubois was battling a different kind of storm. The pressure of an upcoming international performance weighed heavily on her. The melody in her soul felt strained, the joy in her music muted by a recent heartbreak. Seeking a moment of solace before her evening rehearsal, she ducked into a small cafe near the concert hall, a steaming cup of Earl Grey her only companion. The cafe was bustling, the air thick with the aroma of coffee and hurried conversations. Lost in her thoughts, Serafina bumped into Elias as she exited, the scalding tea splashing onto his worn jacket and scattering his charcoal sticks across the wet pavement. Serafina, oh, I am so incredibly sorry. Please, let me. Elias looked up, his eyes, the color of a stormy sea, meeting her startled gaze. He saw the genuine distress in her elegant features, the tremor in her manicured hand. Elias, it's all right. Just a bit damp. My fault for being in the way. But Serafina couldn't simply walk away. The apologetic curve of her lips and the genuine concern in her eyes held him captive for a moment. Serafina, please, let me buy you another coffee. And perhaps I can help with your sketches. Elias hesitated, wary of the polished world she inhabited. He was used to fleeting interactions, not lingering kindness. But there was something in her voice, a vulnerability that mirrored his own hidden beneath layers of different lives. Elias, coffee would be appreciated. Inside the small cafe, amidst the clatter of cups, an unlikely conversation began. Serafina, usually reserved, found herself drawn to Elias's quiet intensity, the way his eyes seemed to see beyond the surface. He, in turn, was captivated by her gentle demeanor, the unexpected warmth that radiated from her despite her obvious distress. He told her about his art, the stories he found in the faces of the city. She spoke of her music, the complex emotions she poured into each note. They were worlds apart, yet a shared language of longing and unspoken feelings began to bridge the gap. As the rain continued to fall outside, Serafina noticed the intricate details in Elias's sketches, the raw emotion he captured with simple lines. She saw a depth that resonated with the very core of her music. Serafina, your work, it's extraordinary. You see the soul of the city. Elias, unaccustomed to such praise from someone who moved in such refined circles, simply shrugged, a faint blush rising on his cheeks. Elias, it's just what I see. Before they parted ways, Serafina, on a sudden impulse, offered him a ticket to her upcoming concert. Serafina, perhaps you might find some inspiration there. Elias looked at the elegant card in his paint-stained hand, a stark symbol of their contrasting worlds. He wasn't sure he belonged in a place like that, but the sincerity in her eyes was undeniable. Elias, thank you. I might. That night, Elias sat in the dimly lit concert hall, the opulent surroundings a world away from his usual haunts. But as Serafina stepped onto the stage, bathed in the soft glow of the spotlights, something shifted. The music that flowed from her cello was a torrent of emotion, a raw and honest expression of the very feelings he tried to capture in his art. He saw the loneliness in her bowing arm, the yearning in the sustained notes. After the concert, amidst the throng of well-wishers, Serafina's eyes found Elias. A small, hesitant smile touched her lips. "Serafina, you came. What did you think?" Elias, usually so adept with visuals, found himself searching for words. "Elias, it was like the city was singing through you. All the things I tried to draw, you made them sound." Over the following weeks, their unlikely connection deepened. Serafina found solace in Elias's grounded perspective, his ability to find beauty in the mundane. He, in turn, was touched by her vulnerability, the passion that fueled her music despite her inner turmoil. They walked through the city together, seeing it through each other's eyes, the hidden artistry in the graffiti, the silent stories etched on weathered faces, the melancholic beauty of a rainy street. Serafina started sketching again, Elias guiding her hand, showing her how to capture light and shadow. He began to listen to classical music, finding a new language in the intricate melodies. They were two different instruments finding harmony in an unexpected duet. One evening, as Elias sketched Serafina playing in her empty rehearsal hall, the weight of her loneliness seemed to settle around them. "Elias, you have so much beauty to share with the world, Serafina. But, who do you share it with when the music stops?" The question hung in the air, heavy with unspoken emotions. Serafina looked at him, her eyes glistening. "Serafina, maybe I'm not so alone anymore." And so, the street artist and the celebrated cellist, two souls from vastly different worlds, found an unexpected harmony in the heart of the city. A spilled cup of coffee had become the first note of a love story written in charcoal and melody, a testament to the fact that the most beautiful connections often arise in the most unexpected of places. Join us next time as we explore the next movement of their unforgettable duet. Don't forget to subscribe and share this story of an urban serenade. Elias's studio was a small, cluttered room above a bustling bakery. Sunlight streamed through a dusty window, illuminating canvases stacked against the walls, jars overflowing with brushes, and the lingering scent of turpentine mixed with sweet yeast. Serafina sat on a rickety stool, a sketchbook in her lap, attempting to capture the chaotic beauty of the space. "Serafina, it's wonderfully bohemian. So full of life, even when it's still." Elias chuckled, wiping paint from his hands with a rag. "Elias, bohemian is one word for it. Landlord calls it a fire hazard. But it's home. It's where the stories come alive. Serafina. You see stories everywhere, don't you? In the cracks in the pavement, the faces in the crowd. Elias, they're all there, waiting to be told. Just like the music in the air, if you listen closely enough." Serafina looked down at her hesitant lines. "Serafina, I wish I could see them as clearly as you do. My world feels so prescribed. Notes on a page, applause at the end. It's beautiful, but sometimes I long for the improvisation you find in the street." Elias walked over, gently taking her sketchbook. He pointed to a rough sketch of a sleeping homeless man huddled in a doorway. "Elias, look at the way the light catches his face, the curve of his hand. There's a whole life in that posture, a symphony of hardship and resilience. You see it in your music too, Serafina. The sadness in the minor chords, the soaring hope in the crescendos. It's the same language, just different instruments." He handed the sketchbook back, his fingers brushing hers. A fleeting moment, yet a spark lingered in the air. Serafina's apartment was the antithesis of Elias's studio, minimalist, sleek, with panoramic city views. Her cello rested on a stand like a silent sentinel. She paced restlessly, a phone pressed to her ear. "Serafina, into phone, strained, Mother, I understand your concerns, but I need to focus on my music. This friendship is important to me. Yes, he's an artist. A very talented one. No, he doesn't come from our world. That's precisely the point. It's refreshing. Different. Please, just trust me. She sighs, I have to go. Rehearsal. Goodbye. She hung up, the city lights reflecting in her troubled eyes. The pressure from her family, their expectations of her maintaining a certain image, were a constant undercurrent in her life. Elias and Serafina strolled through a rain-soaked park, sharing an umbrella. The muted colors of the city seemed to enhance their quiet intimacy. Serafina, my mother, she doesn't understand. She sees the world in terms of status, connections. An artist who sketches on the street, it doesn't fit her carefully constructed narrative for my life. Elias, my world probably looks like chaos to her. But it's real. It's honest. I earn my living with my own hands, telling the stories I see. There's a certain freedom in that, even amidst the struggle. Serafina, I envy that freedom sometimes. The weight of expectation can be suffocating. They stopped by a small pond, watching the raindrops create ripples on the surface. Elias, what do you expect from me, Serafina? She turned to him, her gaze direct. Serafina, honesty. Understanding. The way you see the world, the way you see me. Not as a celebrated musician, but as, just Serafina. He reached out, gently cupping her cheek. Elias, that's all I've ever seen. Elias sat quietly in the empty hall, watching Serafina rehearse. The music was passionate, imbued with a newfound depth he hadn't heard before. He realized that their connection was seeping into her art, adding a layer of raw emotion to her technically brilliant playing. After she finished, she looked at him, a question in her eyes. Serafina, do you hear it? Is it different? Elias, it's alive. Like the city breathing. You're playing with your heart, Serafina, not just your hands. Elias was sketching Serafina, the soft light from a single lamp illuminating her features. She looked peaceful, her usual guardedness softened in his presence. Serafina, it's strange. I feel more myself with you, in this chaotic little room, than I do in the grandest concert halls. Elias. Maybe it's because here, you don't have to be Serafina Du Bois, the celebrated cellist. You can just be Serafina. He captured the gentle curve of her smile in his sketch. Serafina attended a formal gala, her mother's arm linked tightly with hers. She looked radiant in a designer gown, but her eyes kept scanning the room, a sense of unease about her. Mother, Serafina, darling, you need to mingle. Mr. Harrington from the Philharmonic is very eager to speak with you. This is crucial for your career. Serafina, distracted, yes, mother. In a moment. Her gaze landed on Elias, standing awkwardly near the entrance, dressed in his best but clearly out of his element. He had come, despite his discomfort, because she had asked him to. She excused herself from her mother and walked towards him, a genuine smile finally breaking through her forced composure. Serafina, Elias. You came. Elias, slightly overwhelmed, wouldn't miss it. Though, this is a bit different from my usual crowd. Serafina, then you have me as your guide. Come, let me introduce you to a few people. They might seem different, but they have stories too, just like everyone else. As she led him through the opulent room, a sense of belonging began to settle over Elias. He saw the curiosity in the eyes of some, the polite dismissal in others. But Serafina's unwavering presence by his side was a silent declaration. Weeks turned into months. Elias and Serafina sat in their usual cafe, a comfortable familiarity between them. Elias, my landlord finally fixed the leaky roof. Progress, of sorts. Serafina, that's wonderful, Elias. Small victories matter. She reached across the table, her hand covering his. Serafina, I have a proposition for you. Elias, oh. And what might that be? Serafina, I have a series of concerts coming up, a new piece inspired by the city. I would like you to be a part of it. To create visuals that will accompany the music. Your sketches, your art. I want to weave your vision into my performance. Elias stared at her, surprised and deeply touched. Elias, Serafina. I don't know what to say. My street art, on a concert hall stage. Serafina, it's time to break down those walls, Elias. To show the world the beauty that exists in every corner of this city, through your eyes and through my music. The concert hall was filled with anticipation. On a large screen behind Serafina, Elias's sketches began to appear as she played. Images of bustling markets, quiet alleyways, the faces of ordinary people, all brought to life by his charcoal and her soaring melodies. The audience was captivated, witnessing a unique fusion of art forms. During a particularly poignant movement, the screen showed a sketch of Serafina herself, her face filled with a quiet strength and vulnerability that Elias had captured. A collective gasp rippled through the audience. After the performance, the applause was thunderous. Serafina took a bow, her eyes finding Elias in the wings. She beckoned him onto the stage. Serafina, this wouldn't have been possible without Elias Thorne. He opened my ears to the music of the streets, and together, we found a new harmony. Elias, overwhelmed by the applause and Serafina's heartfelt words, simply smiled, his heart overflowing. Later, back in Elias's small studio, the echoes of the concert still lingered in the air. Serafina, we did it, Elias. We created something beautiful. Elias, we did. But the most beautiful thing is you. He reached out, gently cupping her face. This time, the moment lingered. Their eyes met, and a silent understanding passed between them. The unspoken feelings that had been building finally found their release in a tender kiss. We see glimpses of their life together, Elias sketching Serafina as she plays her cello in his studio, them sharing a quiet meal in her elegant apartment, strolling hand in hand through the city streets, their laughter echoing in the rain. They are two souls who found solace and love in the most unexpected of circumstances, their different worlds merging into a shared reality. Elias and Serafina sit on a park bench, watching the city go by. Serafina. My mother, she's starting to understand. She came to the last concert. I saw a flicker of something, respect, maybe. Elias, it takes time for hearts to open, for walls to come down. But they do. He takes her hand, his calloused fingers intertwining with her smooth ones. Elias, you know, Serafina, that day in the rain, when you spilled your coffee, it was the most beautiful accident of my life. Serafina, mine too, Elias. Mine too. Serafina stands on stage, bathed in light. But this time, Elias stands beside her, his artwork displayed not just on a screen, but as physical pieces integrated into the stage design. Their collaboration has evolved, their individual art forms now inextricably linked. And so, the street artist and the celebrated cellist continued their urban serenade, their love story a testament to the power of seeing beyond the surface, of finding harmony in differences, and of the masterpieces that can be composed when two unexpected souls find their rhythm together. Thank you for joining us on their unforgettable journey. If you believe in the music of chance and the art of connection, please subscribe and share this story. Elias and Serafina are enjoying a quiet evening. He's sketching in a notebook while she reads a score. A knock on the door interrupts their peaceful moment. Serafina, surprised, I'm not expecting anyone. She opens the door to reveal a well-dressed man, his face etched with a mixture of charm and a hint of desperation. Julian, Serafina, it's been a long time. Serafina's face pales. Elias looks up, a protective instinct rising within him. Serafina, Julian, what are you doing here? Julian, I saw your performance. It was breathtaking, as always. I had to see you. Julian steps into the apartment, his eyes lingering on Serafina, then briefly acknowledging Elias with a polite but distant nod. Julian, we have a lot to talk about, Serafina. Serafina and Julian are talking, their voices low and intense. Elias sits quietly in the background, observing the dynamic between them. Julian, I know I hurt you, Serafina. I made mistakes. But I've changed. I miss you. I miss our life together. Serafina, our life together was built on expectations, Julian, not genuine connection. You were always more concerned with appearances than with my happiness. Julian, I was young and foolish. I see things differently now. Please, give me another chance. Serafina's gaze flickers towards Elias, a silent acknowledgement of the new path she has chosen. Serafina, my life is different now, Julian. I found happiness in ways you never understood. Serafina is visibly troubled. She paces Elias's studio, her usual composure shaken. Serafina, he just showed up. After all this time. Saying he's changed. That he wants me back. Elias, what do you want, Serafina? Serafina, I thought I knew. I do know. But seeing him, it stirred up old memories, old insecurities. He represents a life I was supposed to have, a life my family still expects me to have. Elias, but it's not the life that makes your heart sing, is it? Serafina walks over to Elias, her hand finding his. Serafina, no. It's not. You are. You and this messy, beautiful life we're building. Serafina meets with Julian again, this time in a neutral public space. Serafina, Julian, I need you to understand. What we had is over. I've moved on. I found someone who sees me for who I truly am, not for who I'm supposed to be. Julian, pleading, but Serafina, we were good together, once. We have a history. Serafina, we had a shared past, Julian. But I'm building a new future. One that includes Elias. I wish you well, but you need to respect my decision. Serafina, that was harder than I expected. Elias, it's okay to have doubts, to revisit the past. It's part of being human. But your heart knows where it belongs, Serafina. I see it in your eyes when you look at me. He gently strokes her hair. Elias, you are loved, Serafina. Truly loved, for exactly who you are. Not for your name, your talent, or the life someone else envisioned for you. Just for you. Inspired by her recent emotional turmoil and her renewed commitment to Elias, Serafina begins composing a new piece, even more raw and personal than before. She works closely with Elias, his art becoming an even more integral part of the composition, reflecting the push and pull of past expectations and present love. Julian, unable to accept Serafina's rejection, confronts Elias outside the concert hall. Julian, you don't belong with her. You're from two different worlds. She'll realize that eventually. Elias, love doesn't recognize boundaries of wealth or status, Julian. It recognizes the connection between two souls. Serafina has found her own voice, her own happiness. And it's not with you. You need to accept that and move on. Julian, seeing the unwavering conviction in Elias's eyes and the genuine love that exists between him and Serafina, finally begins to understand. He leaves, a sense of resignation in his posture. Elias and Serafina share a simple picnic in a park, the city skyline a distant backdrop. The tension of the past few weeks has eased, replaced by a deeper sense of peace and commitment. Serafina, it feels like we've weathered a storm and come out stronger on the other side. Elias, every relationship has its challenges, Serafina. It's how you navigate them together that truly matters. And I know, with you, we can face anything. Serafina performs her new piece, the music infused with a powerful blend of vulnerability and strength. Elias's art on the screen behind her reflects this journey, the shadows of the past giving way to vibrant expressions of their present love. The audience is deeply moved by the raw honesty of the performance. Elias is preparing for a small, independent art exhibition showcasing his collaborative work with Serafina. His studio is buzzing with a nervous energy. A hesitant knock comes at the door. It's his estranged sister, Chloe. Chloe, Elias. It's been a while. Elias is surprised but welcomes her in. There's a visible awkwardness between them. Elias, Chloe. What brings you here? Chloe, I saw your work online. The concert with the cellist. It's beautiful, Elias. Really beautiful. Elias, thanks. Serafina, she's the one who opened that door for me. Chloe, she seems different from the people you usually. Elias, different is good, Chloe. Different is seeing the world in a new light. She sees me, truly sees me, in a way no one ever has. Chloe, I worried about you, Elias. After everything. I didn't understand this new path you were taking. Elias, I was lost for a long time. Serafina, she helped me find my way back to the light. And to myself. There's a tentative reconciliation between them, a thawing of years of unspoken distance. Chloe begins to understand the profound impact Serafina has had on her brother's life. Serafina visits her family estate, a grand, imposing mansion. The atmosphere is formal and strained. Her mother, Isabella, is polite but clearly disapproving of her relationship with Elias. Isabella, Serafina, darling, we only want what's best for you. This artist, he doesn't belong in your world. Your talent, your reputation, you're jeopardizing everything. Serafina, my happiness is not a commodity to be managed, mother. Elias makes me happy. He inspires me. He sees a depth in my music that no one else ever has. Isabella, but the social implications, the expectations. Serafina, I'm tired of living up to other people's expectations. I'm finally living for myself. And Elias is a part of that. The conversation remains unresolved, a clear divide between Serafina's newfound independence and her family's traditional values. Elias and Serafina lead a workshop for underprivileged children, combining art and music as forms of expression. They share their own unconventional journeys, inspiring the children to embrace their creativity without limitations. Elias, art isn't just about fancy galleries. It's about telling your story, no matter where you come from. Serafina, music isn't just about perfect notes. It's about letting your emotions flow, finding your own voice. They work together seamlessly, their passion and genuine connection radiating to the children, creating a space of freedom and inspiration. Elias's small exhibition is a success. Chloe is there, genuinely proud of her brother. Serafina stands by his side, her presence a quiet affirmation of their bond. Even a hesitant Isabella makes an appearance, her expression still guarded but with a hint of curiosity. Isabella, to Serafina, stiffly, his work, it has a certain rawness. Serafina, it's honest, mother. Like his heart. Serafina performs a new concerto, deeply influenced by Elias and their shared experiences. His artwork is subtly integrated into the stage design, not just as projections but as physical sculptures that interact with the light and shadow. The music is more experimental, more emotionally exposed than her previous work. The audience, initially perhaps expecting her usual repertoire, is captivated by its raw beauty. Elias, you were incredible tonight. So brave, so you. Serafina, it's because of you, Elias. You gave me the courage to break free from the mold, to explore the music that was always inside me. Elias receives a prestigious art grant, an incredible opportunity that would require him to spend several months in another country. He struggles with the decision, torn between his artistic ambition and his love for Serafina. Elias, this is a huge opportunity, Serafina. A chance to really expand my horizons. But it means being away. Serafina listens intently, her expression thoughtful. Serafina, your art is a part of you, Elias. It's important. We'll make it work. Distance, it can test a bond, but it can also make it stronger, if it's true. We see glimpses of Elias and Serafina's long-distance relationship, late-night video calls, heartfelt letters, brief but cherished visits. Their connection remains strong despite the physical distance, their shared passion for art and music serving as a constant thread. Elias returns, his art enriched by his experiences abroad. Their reunion is joyful and deeply emotional. Serafina, you've grown, Elias. Your art, it has a new depth. Elias, absence makes the heart grow fonder, they say. And it also makes you realize what truly matters. You matter, Serafina. More than any gallery, any recognition. Elias and Serafina are planning their future together, their two worlds now seamlessly intertwined. They talk about artistic projects, perhaps even opening an art and music space for the community. Serafina, imagine, Elias, a place where art and music collide, where everyone feels welcome to explore their creativity, just like we did. Elias, our own urban serenade, echoing through the city. I like that. Elias and Serafina perform together again, this time in a large, public space, a celebration of their love and their shared artistic vision. His artwork is dynamically projected onto the architecture, interacting with her live music in a breathtaking display of unity. Their families are present, witnessing the power of their connection and the beauty of their combined artistry. Even Isabella shows a genuine warmth and acceptance. And so, Elias and Serafina's urban serenade evolved into a powerful symphony of love and art, inspiring not only each other but the world around them. Their journey proved that true connection knows no boundaries, and that the most beautiful harmonies are often found when two different melodies intertwine. Thank you for listening to their enduring song. Please subscribe and share their inspiring story. Elias is working late, lost in a complex charcoal drawing that seems darker and more introspective than his usual work. Serafina enters quietly, sensing a shift in his mood. Serafina, you seem troubled, Elias. Is everything all right? Elias sighs, putting down his charcoal. Elias, it's just, sometimes the shadows creep back in. The memories of the streets, the loneliness before you, they still linger. Serafina, you don't have to carry them alone anymore. Elias, I know. But it's ingrained, you know. That feeling of being invisible, of not mattering. It takes time to truly let go of that. Serafina sits beside him, taking his hand. Serafina, tell me. Let me see those shadows with you. Elias hesitates, then slowly begins to share more about his difficult past, the struggles of homelessness, the constant fight for survival, the moments of despair when hope seemed like a distant dream. Serafina listens with empathy, her presence a silent reassurance. Serafina is sorting through old photographs in her childhood room. The images depict a life of privilege and expectation, but also a subtle undercurrent of emotional distance. She holds a photo of herself as a young girl, her expression serious and almost melancholic even then. Elias enters, observing her quiet contemplation. Elias, you seem far away. Serafina, I was just remembering, it wasn't always easy, even in that gilded cage. The pressure to be perfect, to always perform, to never show vulnerability, it takes its toll. She shares her own struggles, the emotional detachment of her parents, the constant scrutiny of her talent, the feeling of being valued more for her achievements than for who she was as a person. Elias listens with understanding, recognizing the shared human need for genuine connection beneath their different backgrounds. They are in Elias's studio, a comfortable silence between them. Elias picks up his cello, a recent gift from Serafina, and hesitantly begins to play a simple, slightly off-key melody. Serafina, you're learning. That's surprisingly good for a beginner. Elias smiles self-consciously. Elias, it's a different kind of language. But I'm trying. It helps me understand your world a little better. Serafina picks up her own cello and joins him, her experienced fingers weaving a beautiful harmony around his simple tune. It's a moment of shared vulnerability, of bridging their artistic worlds in a new and intimate way. Elias revisits a place from his past, a park bench where he used to sleep. The memories are vivid and painful. Serafina accompanies him, her presence a source of strength. Elias, I used to sit here and just watch the world go by. Feeling like I was on the outside looking in. Like I didn't belong. Serafina takes his hand. Serafina, you belong now, Elias. You belong with me. And you matter. More than you know. Her unwavering belief helps him confront the ghosts of his past, acknowledging the pain but also recognizing how far he has come. Elias creates a new series of sketches inspired by his memories, but this time, they are imbued with a sense of hope and resilience, a reflection of the healing he has found through his relationship with Serafina. Serafina composes music that echoes these emotions, a poignant dialogue between their art forms. Elias and Serafina volunteer at a homeless shelter, sharing their story and offering art and music workshops to the residents. They connect with people who are facing similar struggles to Elias's past, offering a message of hope and the possibility of finding beauty and connection even in the darkest of times. Elias, I know what it's like to feel invisible. But you are seen. Your stories matter. Serafina, art and music, they can be a lifeline, a way to express what words cannot. Their genuine empathy and shared experiences create a powerful connection with the shelter residents. Back in their shared space, they sit in comfortable silence, a profound understanding passing between them. They have both faced their own forms of loneliness and hardship, and their connection has become a source of mutual healing and strength. Serafina, we've both carried so much, haven't we? In different ways, but the weight was still there. Elias, and now, it feels lighter. Shared. They discuss their future, not just in terms of their art but also their commitment to each other. The challenges they have faced, both individually and together, have solidified their bond. Elias, I can't imagine my life without you, Serafina. You've shown me what it means to truly be seen, to be loved for who I am. Serafina, and you, Elias, you've opened my eyes to a world of beauty and honesty I never knew existed. You've taught me the music of the streets is just as vital as the music of the concert hall. Elias and Serafina perform a benefit concert for the homeless shelter, their combined artistry a powerful call for empathy and understanding. Their performance is deeply moving, their personal stories woven into the fabric of their art. The audience is profoundly affected by their message of hope and the transformative power of human connection. Years have passed. Elias and Serafina stand in their vibrant, bustling community space, a converted warehouse filled with light, the sounds of music and artistic creation mingling in the air. Children and adults from all walks of life are engaged in various workshops, their faces alight with creativity. Serafina, sometimes, I still can't believe we made this happen. Elias, it started with a spilled cup of coffee and a shared vision. Look at them, Serafina. They're finding their voices, their own urban serenades. They watch a young boy hesitantly play a melody on a donated cello, while a teenager nearby sketches a vibrant cityscape. Their space has become a sanctuary, a testament to the power of art and music to transcend barriers. Chloe visits their space, her initial awkwardness long gone, replaced by genuine admiration. Chloe, you've built something truly remarkable, Elias. You and Serafina. It's healing. Elias, it's about paying it forward, Chloe. Showing others that there's beauty and connection to be found, even when things feel broken. Chloe, you've come a long way. We both have. There's a sense of shared healing and understanding between the siblings. Isabella visits the community space, her initial reservations replaced by a quiet respect. She watches Serafina interact with the children, her usual formality softened by genuine warmth. Isabella, you've found your purpose, Serafina. A different kind of stage, perhaps, but no less important. Serafina, It's more fulfilling than any concert hall, mother. This is where the real music happens. There's a sense of acceptance, a bridging of the gap between their different worlds. They sit in their now comfortable apartment, the city lights twinkling outside. Serafina, do you ever think about our legacy, Elias? What we'll leave behind? Elias, not in terms of fame or fortune, but in the lives we touch, the sparks of creativity we ignite. That's the real legacy. Serafina. Our urban serenade, it's become a chorus. The community space is thriving, even after Elias and Serafina are older, their hair streaked with gray. They still actively participate, guiding and inspiring the next generation of artists and musicians. The walls are adorned with artwork created by the students over the years, and the air is filled with a vibrant energy that speaks of countless stories shared and connections forged. A young woman approaches them, holding a worn sketchbook. Young woman, Elias, Serafina, I wanted to show you my new piece. It was inspired by the music I heard here when I was a little girl, and the sketches on the walls that made me see the city in a new way. Elias and Serafina beam with pride, seeing their initial spark of connection blossom into a lasting legacy. They sit on their balcony, overlooking the city that brought them together. Elias, we did good, Serafina. Serafina, we did. And it all started with a spilled cup of coffee. They hold hands, their love story a timeless melody echoing through the heart of the city. And so, Elias and Serafina's urban serenade became more than just a personal love story, it became a movement, a testament to the transformative power of art, music, and unexpected kindness. Their legacy lived on in the countless lives they touched, the creative spirits they nurtured, and the enduring harmony they brought to their city. Their story reminds us that the most profound impact often begins with a simple act of connection, and that the most beautiful symphonies are those that resonate through generations. Thank you for listening to their enduring legacy. Please subscribe and share the ongoing melody of their love and art. And so, Elias and Serafina's urban serenade became more than just a personal love story, it became a movement, a testament to the transformative power of art, music, and unexpected kindness. Their legacy lived on in the countless lives they touched, the creative spirits they nurtured, and the enduring harmony they brought to their city. Their story reminds us that the most profound impact often begins with a simple act of connection, and that the most beautiful symphonies are those that resonate through generations. Thank you for listening to their enduring legacy. If you were touched by Elias and Serafina's story and believe in the power of art, music, and human connection, please subscribe to our channel for more stories that celebrate the beauty found in unexpected places.